Hello guys, so today is this video so far. There's the update about the watch discovery itself. Well, I know the reason, so yeah. After the despite announcement that was recently that wanted to settle off did a plan to do back in December was, well, this is what happens, was it officially did that despite the plan that was made up at David Zaslav back in December was officially approved by the company bondholders. So what they did? The reason was because they voted to remove restrictions that it could have prevented the company for carrying out its display to place itself to a publicly traded entertainment company. So yeah, which led to the separating of Warner Studios and the HBO Max streaming service for its fading cable networks. So yeah. So the reason why it was approved, it was set for watch discovery for Monday. The reason was because it exactly was how was this happens was the credit investors also supported the company's plan to buy back it for nearly half. It was about $37 billion in debt, resulting from that was the previous merged in April 8th, 2022, which is how exactly what was happens. The company no longer dated the bonds ticket due to the lower trading following Monday's announcement. The bonds, which is about was about 5.05% from March 2042, which last bit about 67.825. It was down by 10 basis points for Friday's market close. While it is 5.14% bonds due to March 2052 traded for 14.5 the PBS said they lower for Friday, and the last stood for this at 70.916. Which other notes take out slightly up on for the lease. However, the bondholders itself, which is going to add onto Friday to approve to the changes to the deputy conference that would leave the legacy cable business and its bondholders holding it to the lion's share of a debt unless it divided the streaming and studio business. Meanwhile, it would have the flexibility to better compete with the rivals. So, like what was happening in Netflix or stuff like that, there was this competition for some reason that this is what happens. But details of the split which was told to the Richards that they were highly complex, left to certain the bondholders concerned that they could have been left empty-handed. They said that it would leave some of the holding on unsecured bonds that tied with the decline of the cable business, making with a lack of college for the protection and come to second body the royalty payment to secure to the bondholders in event of the bankruptcy. Yeah, like I said before, which the recently which they discussed to go due to was the any company like that is happened about it is happened to David Estica, which has got filed bankruptcy for some reason, and it was happened on the parent company of the Bally Sports, which is later as the FanDuel Sports Network was did file the bankruptcy because of the athletes themselves, because they don't want to renew an agreement because so yeah. The line from Hackett ground that shows Howard felt may fail to defer as effort the last week to organize bondholders to negotiate the better terms, which according to publisher reporters, they said. However, the watch discovery themselves said that the consent to solicitation received the support for majority for those all bondholders, which is up to 99% of a certain groups are voting to support. But however, this is that they have to it, however, until the June 23rd to tender about the third bonds. But the ratings themselves, which is according to the agencies that needs to take a call the credit ratings, the virtual Mondays, did not agree was discovered to junk its status of the last week, even though the investors that weighted the deals and the likely impacted the holders of its debt. But S&P Global Ratings did not agree with the Warner, the debt, the junk status early this month, which stating a challenge is confronting its cable networks. And the rating downgrades, which triggered the file, forces selling it by funds with investment grade portfolio mandates. According to the person with the family with the matter, this This in turn resulted in net selling of a company's bonds which is added to the person familiar. So, yep. So this was what had happened since then. Sorry that. So that's over about why what the company bondholders did. They accept the Western Coast's plan to split up, which is how this exactly was. So yeah. So like and subscribe and comment to me about any about so even any complying with stuff like that. I know so. So that's this video. Visit stay safe. Take care.